Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Go.
What more can be done to stop racism in football?
That's a good one.
Well, I mean, you know, we get on this subject sometimes, and the issue that I have with this racism, comment is essentially we're quick to jump to the use of the word racism, whereas effectively what a lot of people are doing is they're making, prejudiced comments. So for a quick example, if 10 black people and 9 of them like chicken, and you say most black people like chicken, to me that's not racism. That's based on what you've seen and what you established. Now, we talked about the way the terraces are already. We talked about the fact that they have no limits about where they're going to, essentially. So we talked about the Bournemouth advert, which had a stillbirth, and they're bringing that into football. So effectively, kicking racism out of football is going to be a very difficult thing. We're talking about in the UK. I would say, there's a plan in place for it. They've put quite a lot of effort into it. There's a lot of talk with some of the advertisements and communication. Effectively, it will never leave football.
No.
Is the bottom line I'm trying to get to. They will always, because any fan will seek to use anything they can to put an individual or player off their game. So effectively, what we've come from the days where dashing bananas at John Barnes, their man there, that's no longer acceptable, and doing certain kind of charts. But what we're going to say, we're going to have one individual who lives in a small village who has no interaction with any other people of another race. He then travels, 3 miles to, how many miles? 500 miles to go to a football game and interacts with it, not seen before. How do you stop that person? Of course it's going to happen. It's always going to be there. But do I think they're doing enough? I would say no. But there are lots of things that go on within the terraces that need to be looked at, not just essentially racism. But it's going to be very difficult to see a situation where racism is no longer on the terraces, essentially.
Well, I think football in England is just institutionally racism anyway. I think regardless of how you look at it, whether or not you want to talk about fans to fans, players to players, or I think when you look at it, you look at the top flight and you think 20 Premier League teams, and I can't probably count how many black managers or coloured managers you see in the Premiership. And I don't know whether or not it's the fact that there's not a lot of black people taking FA courses and stuff. My friend will tell me he's an FA coach, and he'll tell me otherwise. He'll be like, trust me, there's a lot of young black managers just dying to get to that level of, management. And for some reason, it just doesn't manifest itself. And if you look at the black managers that are there right now, they've just been there for so long, and they've come through probably the football days. They've played football, and that's how you just don't get a direct manager just come from a black guy that just learn like me and you just come through. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think when you look at that bracket already, you already start to see where the roots of racism is if you want to look at it like that. But like you said, it's not going to change. You can put they've done all that, they show a racism red card, they've got all the best players in the world to talk about it and stuff like that. It's not going to change. You can't control the terrace. People are always going to use whatever they can to get against you, especially when you're absolutely passionate about your team and you're losing. And it's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Even me as a football fan, sometimes I watch football and I cross that line because I get lost in the passion of it, and I don't have anything against white, black, whatever colour they are. But I've watched football before, and I don't know who's got a Chinese striker or Asian striker. I'm like, fucking because he's about to score against my team, and it just got me to that level of talks in my head. But it doesn't make me racist. I mean, you're right. I think a lot of people in terms of that racism, they need to clarify what racism and what prejudice is, because I will use Chichin Chong whatever to cost Song or what's his name of Tottenham. If he's trying to score, I'll be like, fuck you! But it's just passion. It's not really me being racist. So can they do anything else more? I don't know, man. Like, what else? What is he gonna do in it? What else can you? You're not gonna have police in every fucking stadium, standing in every stand and saying you can't say this, you can't say that. You've taught it as much as you can. You've used media as much as you can, and the places got involved. We as fans, we've tried our best as well, but I just think it's just the culture of what it is. It's just we've just had to live with it. It's gone down more. But when you still go to the Eastern European places and stuff like them guys, they are still chanting banana chants quite openly. Do you know what I mean?
Even in Spain.
So, even Spain.
Yeah.
They still do monkey chants quite openly.
They're throwing bananas to Neymar, to Dani Alves, players like that. So, it's a problem, and obviously you're right. We have to accept it, but the only way something like that can decrease is by it reaching the mass conscious, which would be the fans. So, wait, like I don't know if that's gonna help everyone's mindset. If you can change everyone's mindset like that, but it's a gradual process. I believe that as time goes on, people will begin to accept other people's cultures and their skin tones and everything like
Yeah,
that.
but if you like you said, if you want to hurt somebody, and you're in that moment, in that game time, in a football match, and you're passionate about your team, and you're surrounded by people of your own color or whatever it is, or people. So actually, that's actually bullshit, because I've actually been in a Man United game and I've seen a group of, I think they're for Wolfsburg, and there's a black guy in there with them, and he's literally just shouting racism. Do you know what I mean? Like, he didn't care whether or not like Danny Welbeck was white or black, and he was a black guy, and he was doing I'm like, what? This is weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, but
I'll go back to the question. It's interesting what you said. You know, you said about the management thing and this situation.
Yeah.
When you see that, I got a question for you. Like, it links that, and I'm not sure. Obviously, I don't know. I'm not involved in it to that level. I'm not sure necessarily whether they're not making it because they're black or they're not making it because they're good enough. I'm conscious of that. You know, I'm conscious of the fact that if we look at it from a perspective as, you know, I always look at another thought process I have is how many good black goalkeepers are there out there? no, it's true. No, we're laughing about it. If you want world class black goalkeeper now, is that because they don't want to put black people in goal? It's the worst position to put them in the pitch. Goalkeeper is the worst position on the pitch. You get the least amount of money. You get the least amount of glory.
Black people are just greedy, innit? We're not gonna do. If I start playing football, the first option you want to do is not be goalie, innit?
That's
I'm not being goalie.
Why am I like just shout? Why didn't go? I was playing downstairs. Son, get you're playing goal. That's true. So we look at it from that perspective. So goalkeepers have got that. So we accept that because it's not a position that people necessarily view as good. So we accept that there's not black goalkeepers. That we don't view that as race, not black goalkeepers.
No, we don't.
It comes to management, and we talk about they don't get an opportunity X, Y, Z. But to be fair, you know, managers. We talk about top managers. It's difficult to be a top manager. It's not an easy job. These guys, they talk about Jose, they talk about Pep. These guys, all these top managers, they're in at 6 o'clock in the morning. They're leaving at 8, 9 o'clock. Jose lives away from his family. He's the first one in. He's the last one out. X, Y, Z. So it's not something that's coming easy to them. It's not something they've been handed to them. Obviously, managed to get opportunities. Paul Ince had an opportunity. A certain man had opportunities.
They do, but
Powell had opportunities. A certain man. I'm not saying.
I think the amount of the whites that get opportunities
they get more.
compared to the
100%.
blacks is what people.
100% they get more. But
Do you know what I mean? It's what worries you the most, because you've got black players that want to be managers. A lot of them.
yeah.
And I put it to you, Giggs will be a manager quicker in a club than Andy Cole. And they will have the same set of hunters. I'm telling you now, yeah. Chris Hughton has been in a job for so long now. I tell you, Giggs will get a national job before Chris Hughton smells anything close to it. What's his name? What's his name? Gary Neville. Gary Neville now, if you put, I don't know what's his name, and they call whatever their name is here, even if people do think, or York or whatever, if they do think they got that much more footballing knowledge than Gary Neville, they will choose Gary Neville first. And I think that's what people think. That's what people get.
Neville had connections. Neville.
Yeah, well, there you go there.
Yeah, they with Bridgman. So it wasn't because Gary Neville.
So what's up with the black folks not getting that connection? What's up with the black folks not being able to just, stick their claim to certain things? I get what you're saying, that they're certain people that's had the opportunity, but when I compare them to the way you churn out white managers, the way it's churned out, and I mean churned out, they get put in positions where they can just go and manage like Bournemouth, and then before you know it's gone. And maybe you're right. Maybe it is the fact that we're not good enough to manage. Maybe we don't have that talent to manage. Maybe we don't have that now.
I don't think it's good enough.
I don't know.
I don't know. We take an interest. If we look at the numbers, we live in. We can only really judge in UK because we live in UK. If you look on UK, there's more white footballers, more white coaches out there than there are black. So.
Yeah, but I just think grassroots. I think, but then when you go to like the league, the Sunday league and stuff, you see a lot of black managers though.
A lot of black managers.
That's what I'm saying. When you go to Sunday league and you go to grassroots football, there's a lot of black managers.
More black managers, what we flipping saying.